It's about asking each person to revisit their memories and their past and find an object that is sacred to them because it's linked to a memory, to a person, to a ritual that's really important in their life. What we did is that each person brought an object, and then this object is going to be presented in a cast of their hands, which is the way you present something really, really dear and precious. And it's also the hands are full of marks and lines and identity, and it's who they are. So what we did is we used alginate, and we took a cast, like a mold of their hands in alginate, and then poured plaster into the mold. So we've got these exact copies of their hands. And they're going to be attached to these columns that are like totems that are telling this particular story. So these totems are going to be standing in space. They're self-contained stories, but also altogether they're a bit like walking inside a forest of stories. So they're going to be standing and there's going to be sound inside.
I enjoyed making the hands, and I like painting them, and when they come out of the mould I liked the feel of them. A friend of mine died a while back of cancer, so I'm giving them as a present, I'm giving them the hands to my friend's partner and his two sons. So when the project is finished, I'm hoping to give it to them, and it's kind of a memory of her because she loved swimming and stuff.
I do a hand thing, a moulding of my hands, and in remembrance of my mum, I do it rosary beads on with her hands like this, you know. She died, you know, and she was my best friend, you see.
I hope that the process is just strengthening all the people who are working here as artists. It's just they really enjoy the process itself, and now they've got new skills, so it's something that also will make them stronger in their creative practice.
The idea really is to find a way to help them to grasp something as abstract as a movie, and how it's edited, and how we record the Foley sound on one side and the music on the other side, and understand that the music is contextual, supporting an action. So having them act before they would conceive the music, and then look back to the footage, take off the sound, and then see what can be added to make it more dramatic and more enjoyable. They all have different ways to contribute that I'm always surprised by. For example, Connor, that was really interesting to see how he got creative about how to create the sound for the magical arrow, for example.
Look, for the Foley sound of the bow, something like this. What about that? Do you want to try, Connor?
I'll try this.
Okay, you don't bend. Yeah. Wow. Which one do you prefer?
This.
Yes? Number 1 or number 2 so far?
Number 2.
Number 2, you prefer number 2. Okay, so that was that one. That one. Yeah?
I prefer about number 1 and 2 and 3 at the same time.
Yeah, oh, you know what? I love that idea. Is that a cool idea?
Yeah.
Let's put the three sounds together and see what it sounds like. That's a great idea, Connor.
Right, Connor.
They all have the ability to contribute at their level, and with what quality they can bring in, and definitely that's working so far. I'm hoping that they get out of it is more confidence in their ability to contribute, to create together, some collaboration, developing their musicianship, their rhythm, their ability to listen to each other, take turns. They are heard in their choices, and we have such a good time that we have a good laugh, and that they learn a lot of stuff and they don't even realize it. I think that's the best thing.
Well, we started the Mass project last year in November, and then we subsequently created a show using Mask, which was the Little Shop. And what we found was the adults who participated in the programme really enjoyed it and really wanted to develop their skills around physical theatre and using Mask. And so then we started off again in September.
Can you see? Anya Mushwar. Stay. Can you see where you're going? This is important. This is more important. Is the chemistry in between performers. Huh? Woo, let's go.
Michael Barceló had done research. He's trained in mask and he's trained as a physical theatre actor. He presented this idea and I was very excited by it because I felt it really would play to the adult's strengths, because there's no pressure on talking. It's really about using the body and using visual communication and musical underscore. All the adults in this project really enjoy performance and they feel that they would love to develop their skills more and more around using physical theatre. And what's really nice is that we have people really committed to actually performing on stage, really, yeah, which is great to see, you know, and be lovely to develop, to expand that more, really.
So this project came about when Anya Lawless, the artist Anya Lawless, came up with the idea of making 3D pictures that kind of tell a story that the participants might come up with. And we introduced the idea to the participants as model making, I suppose, 3D model making. And the idea of a diorama then, I suppose, was the closest word that we could associate with what we had envisioned. A diorama being a scene that tells a story, preferably with moving parts. So what we're trying to achieve is that everybody makes specific props at scale to create that scene, and that we try and get some animation into it by using cams and levers and strings and cogs to make some of the elements of these pictures move, so that hopefully they tell a bit more of a story. I think being able to kind of visualize an idea, plan it out at the beginning and kind of envision what it may be like, and then work through the processes of bringing that idea to life. There's loads of different levels of learning and skill needed to develop to do that. This project, I think, there's a lot of support, because not everybody is going to be very good at doing every aspect of it. So some of them are very good visually, painting, drawing, but not so strong maybe on the making side. And then others are very strong on the making side, but maybe not so strong on the mechanics of it. So there's something for everybody in it. I suppose it's kind of trying to get that balance between collaboration and, bringing a person's skills to the fore. I think it's trying to, visualize and realize your vision is really the focus that I see for the participants, and how they go along that journey.